Well, here we freaking go. Once again, time to make people furious. Today, we're doing another tier list. Today, we are going to be ranking the NFL running backs going into the 2019 season. If by now you don't know what tier lists are, which, I mean, you've got to know, so I don't know why I'm wasting my time explaining. Obviously, a tier list is exactly what it sounds like. You put whatever you're ranking into a different category from best to worst, and today we're doing that with NFL running backs. And if you watched my quarterback ranking video, it went exactly how I expected. If people didn't like where I put their favorite quarterback, they just got pissed. Like, everybody, I'll say it, I don't care if this video gets demonetized, everybody on the internet likes to act so tough, but when it comes to stuff like this, and if you get offended that I don't like your favorite player, people become pussies. And to be honest, I just find it funny. Like, I'm actually surprised this video doesn't have more than 500 dislikes. It only has 472. But as long as you're not like this fella, like, just don't be this guy. You can tell he's got some issues. If you get this offended by somebody's opinion on football, you are a pussy. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're just a pussy. I don't even claim to be smart about this kind of stuff. People just want to watch it, and this guy's a pussy. Like, who will, like, just get out of here? Like, what are you doing? Here we freaking go, dudes. Now it's time to make people mad. Now, once again, if you're unfamiliar with how this works, we take a running back. There's all these tiers. S being the best, A being the second best, B, C, and D being the worst of the worst. Now, the only way that through years of doing videos that have something to do with football or sports opinions, the only way to keep people from being mad is by putting their favorite players and putting every player in the S tier. But you know what? I really don't care, and I really do hope this video gets roughly 1,000 dislikes because people are just cucks. But anyways, starting off Peyton Barber, this is starting off great, isn't it? D tier right off the bat. Like, honestly, he's just not the greatest starting running back. Is he going to start from this year? I don't know. I do have some stats up here just to back up some of my claims because obviously I don't know the rushing yards of Le'Veon Bell in 2016 in the top of my head because it's just, anyways, Le'Veon Bell though, like, obviously I know he did sit out last year, but still, arguably the best running back in the NFL. He's got to be S tier. There might be 4 or 5 running backs that I would consider S tier, and he's definitely one of them. Is he still the best running back in the NFL? I don't know. He very well could be. I can see how he plays with the Jets this year behind that O-line. Chris Carson. Ooh, that's a tough one. Wasn't he maybe 4th? He had over 1,000 rushing yards last year with the Seahawks. And the Seahawks arguably, well, obviously didn't have like the greatest offensive line. He had a total, what was it? Was he 5th in the NFL? Yeah, 5th in the NFL with 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns. 4.7 yards per carry. Ooh, I feel like he has an argument. But right now, I need more than 1 year of work from Chris Carson. B tier, that's still really good. I think he'd probably be in the upper tier, B tier here. James Conner, same thing. James Conner, a solid back. And once again, that's kind of why people are arguing whether or not Le'Veon Bell should be elite of the elite. Because you saw how James Conner did behind that Steelers offensive line. He played pretty well, but we'll be able to see if Le'Veon Bell is truly S tier, which I do believe he is. James Conner still a solid running back. Not incredible. He got 12 touchdowns last year, which was good for like 4th or 5th in the NFL. Maybe it was 4th or 3rd. Anyways, he scored a lot of touchdowns, more than 10. I think B's good for him. I think B's a solid tier. Maybe he can creep if he has another couple like productive years. He can creep up to A. We'll see. Nick Chubb, another one. I feel like I'm just putting everybody in B. Nick Chubb had an incredible first year. He's gonna probably be even better this year. He's another guy that could creep his way up to A tier, but just with 1 year of work, I don't think I'll feel comfortable putting him up in A tier. Some of the running backs I feel like are going to be A tier. Now, how many yards did Nick Chubb have last year? 996 and 8 touchdowns. As a rookie, he was pretty productive in the passing game as well. So, I feel like that's solid for him. Oh, Tarik Cohen. This is a tough one. I don't think he's quite B tier. Some might even say, I think I saw a couple tier lists that have him at D. But I think C is solid for Tarik Cohen. I mean, he's split some carries with Jordan Howard. I mean, I think C is solid. Should he be D? Nah. Now, Mr. Dalvin Cook, he hasn't been healthy the past couple years. That's the problem. Like, when he's healthy, he's so solid. If he's healthy, like, when he's at his best, he's pretty productive in the passing game, too. And I feel like if he was healthy, if he stayed healthy for a few years, he could be A. But with them just being so injured the past couple years, I mean, I feel bad doing this, but I feel like C, ooh, are they on the same level? For today's video, they are. Now, dude, wait, hold on. Who even is this? Spencer Ware. That's definitely, yeah, Spencer Ware. Why is he even here? He's got to be D tier. Like, there's no way I could put him on the same level as Tarik Cohen. I still wish like I had like tiers that would make things so much simpler for me. Now, David Johnson, ooh, that's a good one. I don't feel like he's B tier. He's better than B tier. Definitely better than B tier. Now, is he S tier? I don't believe. What was his final stats from last year? Although the Cardinals obviously weren't the greatest in the world last year. he still almost put up 1,000 yards with how bad the Cardinals were offensively last year. But I still feel like he's a solid A tier. I think I've seen a couple that had him all the way down with B, especially with him being injured all the previous year. But I think A is solid for him. Now, Kenyon Drake, he's not anything crazy, but he's been productive both in the passing game and running game for the Dolphins. I mean, he hasn't really had a lot of help around him because the Dolphins are obviously just trash. He's been pretty productive for him though, so I think it's a solid C tier for Mr. Kenyon Drake. Now Leonard Fournette, this is a tough one. He's so talented, but his stats just aren't anything crazy. I don't think he averages 4 yards per carry in his NFL career. What was his final stats last year? Leonard Fournette, where even is he at? Leonard Fournette, I know he got injured last year, but he still only averaged 3.3 yards per carry last year. I feel like I want to put him at B tier, but when you have less than 4 yards per carry in your NFL career through 2 years, I mean, although I feel bad, but C tier. Now Devontae Freeman, definitely A tier. He's been incredible with the Falcons. I mean, in the run game and through the air. I mean, he obviously in the NFL nowadays, it's obviously better if you're good through the passing game as well. He can catch the football out of the backfield. I think A tier solid for Mr. Devonta Freeman. Melvin Gordon. Oh, do I put him S tier, man? Melvin freaking Gordon, dude. I don't think he's quite S tier yet. Give him another year or so in that offense, and if he progresses, he's definitely going to become an S tier running back. But right now, I don't think I could feel comfortable putting him ahead of Devonta Freeman and David Johnson. Now, Todd Gurley, this is obvious. This man had, 17 touchdowns last year. Did he also lead no, he didn't lead the league in rushing yards. He was third, but still. 17 touchdowns. This dude's good catching the football, too. Obviously, him and Le'Veon Bell, they're definitely a little bit a step above David and Devonta and Melvin Gordon. Now, Derrick Henry. I did watch Bengals video, man, and this is where I disagree heavily. Derrick Henry, he even called him, he said he was not good. I feel extremely comfortable putting Derrick Henry at B tier. And he made the claim that Derrick Henry's stats were really highly elevated from that one 240-yard game he had with all those touchdowns, but still, it has to count for something, man. He did have that 99-yard touchdown, and that did heavily. He had 4.9 yards per carry. Even without that, dude, he had to have well over 4 yards per carry. And he had over 1,000 yards last year and 12 touchdowns. Now, I do agree that he doesn't catch the football well out of the backfield, but still, man, he's so talented, dude. And as a Titans fan, I know that this might be a little biased, but I do feel I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below. Am I being biased putting Derrick Henry in the B tier? I feel like this is coming off his third year. He's going to be the lone starting running back this year. Offensive line should be solid. This is his year that he could break out and become up here. And that's the one thing I heavily disagree with Mr. Bingle. Now, I know Bingle is a lot smarter than me when it comes to football, but still, that's my opinion. Jordan freaking Howard, man. He's been so on and off. Jordan Howard, what was his final stats last year? He almost had 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. There's another one I saw Bingle put him in C tier. But I feel like Jordan Howard, is he same level as Nick Chubb? B tier, this has some different talents here. But I think this could be a stretch, but I'm going to put Jordan Howard B tier. Mark Ingram's another one. He's just never been incredible, but he's never been bad. Mark Ingram's always been productive. He can catch the football too. See how he does with the Ravens now. I mean, he had the split carries in New Orleans, but I feel like, I feel like he's better than a couple of these guys, but I don't feel like I could put him in the same tier here. Now, this is another one. Aaron Jones. He's talented. Aaron Jones, B tier. I feel like B tier for sure. Alvin Kamara is another one. Ooh. He's so good catching the football out of the backfield, and plus he's had to kind of split carries the past few years. Well, not necessarily split them, but share them. Is it the same thing? I don't know. You get what I'm saying. A tier. A tier for Alvin Kamara. Not quite S tier, but give him another year or so, and he could be up there. Ooh, Kerryon Johnson. That's a tough one. He's talented. He is. But man, that's why I wish there was another tier between this, but I feel C tier is wrong. Was he hurt last year? I can't even remember. He only had 3 touchdowns on the ground last year. C tier I feel like is okay. Now, Phillip Lindsey, he broke out last year. And this is a guy I feel like if he has another year this year, like he had last year, he's going to be A tier for sure. And I maybe could put him here. But, I'll stick with B tier. Phillip Lindsey, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. That's just off of 1 year of work, though. I think B tier is good for Phillip Lindsey. Now, Marshawn Lynch. Tough one. This, for sure, is a tough one. Do I put him? He just hasn't really done much the last few years. He's not even going to play this year. Did he retire? Did he actually retire or am I wrong? He's not definitely. I don't think he. I don't know. I don't know if he retired or not, but I feel like. I mean, this feels bad putting a guy like Marshawn Lynch in D tier, but it's just his point in his career. He should be D tier. Marlon Mack, another one. He's solid, and I hate putting these guys in the C tier because it doesn't mean they're bad. The only guys I would say that are like not productive are the D tier guys. These guys could be solid for your team, but like it's just you have to be honest. And I think Marlon Mack, he had 9 touchdowns last year. I don't think he had 1,000 yards, did he? Marlon Mack, he had a total 900 yards, 9 touchdowns. C tier, I think, solid for him. Now, it's Christian McCaffrey, one of the most talented running backs in the NFL, especially when it comes to catching the football. Him and Alvin Kamara might be the best 2 receiving running backs in the league. I kind of want to put him here. Christian McCaffrey. That's so tough. Give him one more year, and if he has another productive year, I could put him up here. He's so consistent, though, and it's like one of the first real threats, one of the few helps that Cam Newton's ever had at the running back position, but I'll put him at A. Lesean Mccoy at this point in his career, that's another tough one. It feels bad putting Lesean McCoy under B, but I would put him at C. Now, Jerick McKinnon, did he even play last year? I think he was hurt like the whole year. Wasn't he? Or was he not? And he's never been like incredible. I mean, he was okay with the Vikings. Yeah, he didn't even play at all last year. So I guess he was hurt all last year. Now with that, dude, I feel like he's D. Like, he was okay, like I said, with the Vikings, but especially being hurt last year, he's down here. Now, Sony Michel. This is a tough one. Sony Michel, is he B tier? Is he above a Tariq Cohen? Is he above a Dalvin Cook, a Leonard Fournette, a Mark Ingram? That's so tough. He is pretty good catching the football, and he did C tier. C tier for now. That's tough. That's a freaking tough one. Now, Lamar Miller, another guy that has been hampered by injuries, but when he plays, man, he's solid. How many yards per carry did he average last year? 4.6. I feel okay putting Lamar Miller in the B tier. I do. Like, that's a stretch. He's probably lower on the B tier scale, but I feel okay putting him. If he can stay healthy, man, he's definitely a B tier running back. Joe Mixon. Now, is he A tier? I know he had such a great year last year. He finally had the bulk of the carries. He was, what was he, 4th in the NFL? Yeah, 4th in the NFL, 8 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. Is he A tier? That's a tough one. I feel, okay, A tier. He's probably the lowest on the A tier list, but I do think he could be, I think he's A tier. AP. He actually had a productive year last year. Now, his offense around him was awful. Now, AP, what was he last year? He had 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Oh, I kind of want to do it, man. I kind of want to do it, but I think I'm going to put him C tier just to be careful about it. But he is probably just for visual and aesthetic purposes. Like, this doesn't mean anything. Like, oh, do people actually think, are people that stupid that think, like, the way people are, like, listed here, like, they think David Johnson's number 1 in the A tier? Like, I hope not, because if you do, you're stupid. But just for aesthetic purposes, I'm going to put AP number 1 in the C tier. Now, these last 2 guys, I think these are obvious. Qualm Barkley. Now, people could argue Qualm Barkley, like, it's just A tier. He only had 1 year of work. But he's arguably has, like, most talent in the NFL. Same thing with Zeke. Zeke's good. He might even play this year. Didn't he punch somebody last day, like, a couple days ago at some type of music festival? So he might not play. He's been so good. You see how bad the Cowboys are without him. Not bad, but, like, how unproductive they are offensively without him, how bad, like, how much worse they are. That's what I'm trying to say, without Zeke. And Saquon, what was he last year? 1,300 yards, 5 yards per carries, 11 touchdowns. I think with just that, man, like, with how bad the Giants' offense was and the fact that he performed like he did, I think that's fair. Like, now, I think that this is good. I think this is a good list. There could be a couple arguments, but I don't know, man. Let's see how many guys like Matt Joseph we get today. And I am expecting at least 500 dislikes, but sometimes this is how life works.